Hi, and welcome to Bremster Puzzles, a channel where I try and showcase the fun that can be had in the world of variant Sudoku. And today I'm doing this with a puzzle that was recommended to me, called Spitting Dragon by Arc28. It was actually confirmed that there was a spelling mistake in the title of the puzzle, but you don't really want to correct those when they happen, because this is how the puzzle solve tracker is counted. So it's Spitting Dragon by Arc28. So this puzzle was found by some of my regulars, and they then reached out to Arc28 on Logic Masters Germany in a hidden comment to confirm that I could get permission to do this puzzle. So I'm doing it because they thought it was a good puzzle and that I should take a look at it. So I'm looking forward to it. There'll be a link below to where you can try this puzzle for yourself. And as always, or as I try and do always, there'll be a link to the Logic Masters Germany page where it originally came from. I'm just going to get straight into it. I'm curious to see how this one goes. So what do we have? We have normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. German whispers rules. So any two adjacent or any two digits connected by a green line, they must have a difference of at least 5. So those two digits, difference of at least 5. Those two, any two cells connected by a green line have a difference of at least 5. And then normal 159 rules, which is basically column indexing. So the digits in columns 1, in column 5, and column 9, the position or the digit that gets placed in column 1 will indicate the position of the one in those rows. So for example, if this is a 4, then that means the 1 in this row goes in column 4. If this was a 7, that would mean the 1 in this row goes in column 7. And the same happens with the 5 here. If this is a 4, then that would mean the 5 in this row goes in position 4 because this is column 5. Same here. If this is an 8, then this has to be a 9 because this is column 9 and the 8 says that the 9 has to go in column 8. Hopefully that's clear. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. Now, as a community, I really wish we could come up with a better way of doing 159 and agree on it. We've tried a few different ideas and a lot of people complain about them. We tried it having arrows pointing in directions to indicate it so that you could remove the underlying coloring, because if I wanted to color this German whisper line, and I think I want to, it's not going to look right because these are effectively shaded cells. So let's do some coloring. And the reason I want to do that is, okay, let's talk about concepts of German whispers. You can never put a 5 on a German whisper line, because if I did, what could I put next to it? Because to have a 5 difference, I would need to either add 5 or more or subtract 5 or more. If I add 5 or more, I'm at 10 or higher. If I subtract 5 or more, I'm 0 or lower. None of those are Sudoku digits. So you can never put a 5 on a German whisper line. So in this box, I know the 5 is in one of those. And this needs to index the 5 in this row. So this has to be 4, 5, or 6. So that's interesting. But the other thing, so that's an important thing. But the other thing is every digit on a German whisper line therefore has to either be below 5 or above 5. And you could never put two digits below 5 next to each other because the maximum difference is 3. And the same with digits above 5. The maximum difference is 3. So if I put a high digit here, this or above 5, I'd have to put below 5, then above 5, then below 5. So you're always alternating across the line. So what you can do is you can start your coloring and then pick a different color, and then this has to be purple and this has to be purple because it's next to orange. But you can see here the coloring looks weird because of the underlying red, which is why I think we should come up with another way of marking column and row indexing. What I'm going to do in the short term is I'm actually going to turn off these colors and remember that there's indexing. Actually, what I might do is I might draw lines here to indicate that there's indexing going on there, because I want something to remind me. If I can figure out what the digits in the columns are, I might get rid of it. But anyway, so this is purple, so this will be orange, and every second digit along the line, so that one, skip one, 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 that one, and skip one, and that one, those will all be orange. Then skip one, skip that, skip that, skip that, skip that, and skip and that. Those will be orange. So all of these other ones will be purple. So those will all be purple. Now, what I mean by that is they're going to be high-low, and I don't know which is which. Okay, let's talk about another concept in this puzzle. Now, remember that 1, 5, and 9 are row indexing. And I know that these bands, so this band here, this band here, this band here, this band, this band, this band, this band, this band, and this band must be fully entropic. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that of those bands, one of the digits must be from 1, 2, 3, one of them must be from 4, 5, 6, and one must be from 7, 8, 9. Now, why is that the case? The digits that I put in here are going to place the 1 in their respective rows. But the same is true for the 5 and the 9. The logic is the same, but we do know, but I can use this one as an example. If I was to make 2 of these digits from 1, 2, 3, say I made this one a 2 and this one a 3, this is saying that the 1 in this row is in the second position, and this is saying that the 1 in this row is in the third position, and I've just put 2 1s in the same box. And that is the same if I try and do any of the same 2 of the same entropy here. Pick any 2 digits of the same entropy. If I pick 1 and 3, it means that 1 and 3, 2 1s, doesn't work. If I put 4 and 6, that would put the 1s here and here, or here and here. If I put 7 and 8, that would put 2 1s in these cells. It doesn't work. You must have 3 different entropies along here, otherwise you're putting 2 of the same digit in each box. The same here. I can't put 1 and 2 here because that would put 5 and 5 here, and you've got 2 5s in the box. So these must always be from different entropies to place the 5s that are in this central band, 1 in 1, 2, 3, 1 in 4, 5, 6, 1 in 7, 8, 9. So up here, I know there must be a 4, a 5, or a 6. Because there must be a middle entropy. But the 4, 5, 6 can't, well, I can't use a 5, so there's a 4, 6 up here. But I can't put a 4 or a 6 in the middle cell. Because a 4 or a 6 in the middle cell would mean that the digit 4 and 6 for German Whisper's perspective only have single partners. It's very close to the 5, which can't have any partners. But 4, there's only one digit between 1 and 9 that is 5 away from 4, which is 9. And there's only one digit between 1 and 9 that's 5 away from 6, which is 1. So if I made this a 4, both of those would need to be 9, which can't happen. And if I made this a 6, both of those would need to be 1. So the 4 and the 6 is in one of those two. But one of those must be a 4 or a 6. So if the one that's in here is a 4, then this is a 9. And if the one in here is a 6, then this is a 1. This must be a 1 or a 9. No. Look at this. Those are all the same. So one of these must be a 4 or a 6 because they're the same high-low. So that is either a set of 6, 7, 8, 9 or a set of 1, 2, 3, 4. But this one can't be a 4 or a 6 because those would have to be the same digit. That one can't be a 4 or a 6. Those would have to be the same digit because it's connected to both of them. And that one can't be a 4 or 6. This is the 4, 6. This is the purple 4, 6. Actually, 4, 6 in this box might be interesting because that can't be a 4 or a 6. That can't be a 4 or a 6 because that sees both of those. That sees both of those. That can't be a 4. None of those three can be a 4 or a 6 because that sees both of those, that sees both of those, and that sees both of those. And they all see each other. Sorry, that sees both of those and they all see each other. That one might be able to be a 4 or a 6 because that one, I could put a 6 here and make both of those 1 or a 4 here and make both of those 9. So, no, I can't. Oh, that's cool. If this was a 4, this would have to be a 9. And if that's a 9, that's a 6. In order to do the indexing. Remember, I'm indexing the 9 from here. So if that's a 9, that becomes a 6. But if that's a 6, both of those are 1. So that can't be a 9, which means that can't be a 4. But if this is a 6, this is a 1, and that would put a 6 here, and it can't be. So this can't be a 4 or a 6, and these is a 4, 5, 6 triple. That's cool. Actually, I think I want to look at column 5. Because 5s are going to be restricted. Yeah, let's look at this. Where is 5 in row 1? 5 can't go in any of those cells, but this has to index the 5. So the 5 is in either position 3 or 9. The 5 here is only in position 2, 7, or 8. So this is 2, 7, or 8. Well, this can't be a 7. If this was a 7, then that would mean this would have to be a 1 or a 2, because 1 and 2 are the only things that are 3 apart, and it can't be. So this isn't a 7. This is only 2 or 8. Oh, if this was a 3, these, I can't go down from 3, I'd have to go up. And if I add 5 to 3, I've only got 8 and 9. So if this is a 3, these are 8 and 9. But I can't put 9 in any of those, because if either of these were 9, yeah, if this is a 3, this would have to be an 8-9 pair. But I can't put 9 in either of those, because if I put a 9 in either of those, this would have to be a 5 or a 6. Well, it can't be a 5, and if I made it a 6, both of those are 1. So if this is a 3, there's a 9 in one of those two, and that's broken. That's not a 3, and it's a 9, which means I know the colouring. This is orange becomes yellow, and purple becomes blue. So this is a low digit, so it's a 2, and this is indexing the 5, so that becomes the 5, which makes this the 5. Yeah, 9 is indexing the 5. This is a low digit, so it's 4, which is indexing the 1, making that the 1. This is now a 2, 3, because they're the other low digits. These are 6, 7, and 8 to complete the row. This can't be a 6 because that can't be a 1. And that can't be a 6 because that can't be a 1. That is a 7-8 pair. 7 is only, one of those two has to be a 7, and 7 is only 5 away from 2. If it was a 3, the 7 in one of those would only be 4 away. So this is the 3. 3 can only go next to 9 and 8, as we've already discussed. This is the 6. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 7. Well, that's the 7 because these are low digits and those are the 1, 2. But this can't be a 2 because a 2 would put a 1 here. So this is the 1 and this is the 2 by indexing. So this is a 3 by German Whisper, and this is 7 or 8. The 5 here, oh, it's indexed by the 2. That's working. The 9 means this is the 1 because the 9 has to index the 1. The 2 is indexing the 5. These are 6, 7, and 8. And there must be a 6 in it. So this triple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 8, and 9. That can't be a 3 because it's too close to the 1. That's why it's highlighted high. But this is indexing the 9. So it can't be a 3 because that's not where the 9 is. So this is an 8-9 pair. That's the 3. I need to be able to take this further. So 2 means this is 7, 8, 9 because 6 is too close and it can't be a 7 by Sudoku. These are 2, 3, and 4 because they're low digits that can't be 1. This one can't be a 4. Maybe it can be a 4. Because I'm not seeing... Ooh, interesting. This one is 1 or 3 because it's a low digit. It can't be 2. And if it was 4, both of those would be 9. So that's 1 or 3. If that's a 1, that would have to be a 5 and it can't be because of the indexing. So that is a 3 because it can't be a 5 because I can't put 5 on a German Whisper line. So this is only 2 or 4. But 3 here is making that the 5. So the middle digit in here now has to be a 6 because remember I've got the entropy issue. Well, 5 and 5 is putting 5 in here. So the 4, 5, 6 down here can't be a 5 and it can't be a 4. So it must be a 6. Well, 6 isn't a low digit and a 6 here would make both of those 1, which doesn't work. So that's the 6. So this is 7, 8, 9 and this is 1, 2, 3. And this isn't a 1 and this isn't a 9. This isn't 6, so this is 7, 8, 9, and it's not 8, it's only 7 or 9. This is a 3, so this has to be an 8 or an... Oh, this is an 8-9 pair, because the only thing that can go next to 3 is 8 and 9, which makes that the 7, that the 8, that the 7, which I had from that 8-9 pair. I just hadn't used it yet. So this is an 8-9, because this is a high digit, so it's from 6, 7, 8, 9. It can't be 7, and if it was 6, both of those would be 1. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. It can't be 3 for multiple reasons. 3 makes that 5. Oh, 6 makes that 1 by indexing. So that is a 1. So this is 2 or 4, and it can't be 4 because both of those would need to be 9. That's the 2. Taking 2 out of those, or out of that one. 2 can go next to 7, 8, 9. It can't go next to 6. And it can't be 8 because of the 8 looking down. But it couldn't go next to 6 because 6 is only 4 away from 2. So 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. These 3 cells are from 4, 5, 6. Now this... The high digit in here must be a 7, because I must put a digit from the high entropy in here, and 8, 9's gone. So there's a 7 in one of those two, so there's a 5 in one of those two. And there's a medium digit, which is 4, 5, 6. That could be the 5, or that could... Yeah, I can't put a 4 in either of those, but that could be a 5, or that could be a 5 or a 6, I think. Anyway... This is a low digit. 1, 2, 3, 4. It can't be 4 because both of those would need to be 9. This is a low digit, which is 1, 3, or 4. Huh. I'm probably missing some indexing here. This is 1, 2, or 4, and it can't be 4 because it can't make both of those 9. So that's 1 or 2, and the 1 makes that the 2, which makes that the 3. 3 is indexing the 1. So this can't be 1 or 2. This is 3 or 4, and if it was 4, both of those would need to be 9. That's a 3, taking 3 out of there. This is now a high digit that needs to be next to 3, and it can't be 8. So that's the 9, making that the 7, making that the 8. These are from 6, 7, and 9 because they're high digits but can't be 8. Now this one can't be 6 because both of those would need to be 1. That one, can I make both of those? Well, this is a 1 because 1, 1, I have to put 1 in one of those 3. That is a 1, which makes that a 2, which means 2 is in one of those 2 by Sudoku because that's a high digit, but the 2 is looking across saying not there. This is a 2, which does still allow that to be 7 or 9. You know what? I think I've pencil marked most of the German whisper lines. Once I put 6, 7, 8, 9 in there, it can't be a 6. That's a 7, 8, 9 triple. And that's a 7, 8, 9 triple. But this is a 3 or a 4 because it's a low digit. I think I've pencil marked every German whisper position now. So I can get rid of my colouring. I can get rid of my lines. And I can re-establish the turn colours back on, and I can get my indexing colouring back. Okay, because that might help me visualise some stuff. So 7, 8, 9 here. Yeah, 7, 8, 9 is indexing the 9 into one. Yeah, so this can't be a 9, because if that was a 9, this would have to be an 8. So that's an 8. There's no 8 here. That makes this the 9, which makes this the 8. Now, 7 or 9 means 9 is in one of those 2, because if that's a 7, that indexes the 9 to there, or it's a 9. So the 9 is in one of those 2, so this is the 8. If that was a 7, that would be a 9, and that cell would be broken. So that's the 9, that's the 7. That's beautiful. That does allow that to be anything, though. But that makes this the 7, taking 7 out of here. There's probably more tricks than this, but anyway, let's see how we've got. So in here, we've got 2, 5, and 7. Now, this can't be the 2 because I can't make that the 1. So 1 is either here or here. Here, 2, 5, 7. 1 is here, here, or here. 2, 5, 7, 1 is here, here, or here. I'm not seeing a problem with any of those yet. But this is a triple. Well, actually, this is known. 1, 2, 3. This is just a 4, which means this is a 3. And these are 1 and 6. So these, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 9. Well, hang on. 2 is indexing the 9 to there. So this is the 8, this is the 9, and the 9 here is making this a 4 by indexing, because this has to index the 9 in. Something in this row, surely. Because I've only got 3 empty cells, but there's way more here. The 4, 5 makes this the 6, makes that the 2, and makes that the 9. Yes, 7 indexing the 9 in would have done it. 3 is indexing the 5, 8 is indexing the 1. That's all good. The 6 comes out of here and here. These are 4, 5, and 7, but that can't be a 4 or a 7. That's the 5, that's the 7, indexing the 5 to there, and this becomes the 4, which is looking up making that the 5, and the 7 is making that the 9, which is indexing a 6 into there, which matches for the 4, making that the 3, and the 6 is what was left in the column. This is beautifully done. The 8 looks up saying that's not the 8. In fact, there's no 8 in either of those. That was a kind of... No, I'm broken. I am completely broken. No, I've just pencil marked this row wrong. When did I do that? A long, long time ago. I can still remember when my pencil marks would make me cry. Holy cow, a long time ago. Yeah, I just pencil marked those wrong. Do I need to redo all of this? I don't think so. I think I just pencil marked this wrong, and I can just roll forward back to where I was, because those pencil marks, I was using whisper logic and everything, and I can just correct that pencil mark. It wasn't 6, 7, 8. It was 4, 6, and 7, I think. It was something. But I got it to here, and these are 4, 4, and 6. Because everything I did, I'm pretty certain I did using the rest of the logic on whisper lines and indexing. I think I'm good there. So, but the 5 has been put into position 6, and this is the 4. The 7 is looking across, making this the 5, which is in position 1. So we know now that the 1 is in one of those, which is position 2, and one of those, which is position 7. These two cells, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are 4 and 6, and the 4 makes this the 6 and this the 4, taking 4 out of there, which it couldn't have been anyway. In fact, it can't be a 3, because 3 and 7 are only 4 apart. That's the 1, which makes that the 7, that the 2, that the 1, and that the 6, because 2 is indexing the 1 back in. These two digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which could index each other anyway, but that's the 5 and that's the 4, and the 4 is indexing the 5, 7 is indexing the 1, 3 is indexing the 9. This digit is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 8, which is indexing the 5 into there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7. The 4 is looking up, making that the 6 and that the 4, and now I'm down to a single box. 1, 2, 3 is in one of those two, but that 3 says not there. That's the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8 go in, and the 6 makes that the 8 and that the 6, and that is the solution. I thought I restarted the puzzle. I must have forgot to restart the puzzle when I was talking about all the colouring and stuff. So I must have had this loaded and not restarted the puzzle at the start of the video, breaking the habit of a lifetime. That can happen, okay? But I really enjoyed this one because I load the puzzles up so I can get the rules out to set up the OBS stuff up here and everything. And I actually set this one up during my lunch break and then went back to work, and I've just finished work for the day. I really enjoyed this puzzle. Spitting Dragon, yes, spelling mistake in the title, it happens. If you're a puzzle tester for someone, I highly recommend don't just load up the puzzle and solve the puzzle. Check the title, check the rules, make sure that everything is good, because it's hard once a puzzle has been released. It's really hard sometimes to go out and fix it. You have to change links and everything can be a real pain. So my recommendation as a puzzle tester is pay attention to everything, because it kind of makes you look bad as well. If you tested a puzzle for Arc 28 and there was a typo in the heading, and we all make typing mistakes, I'm not worried about that. But if a tester came back and said, yeah, it all looks great, did it? Yeah, as a tester, pay attention. It really does matter. But that was a cool puzzle. Really nice use of indexing and German whispers. Very like it a lot. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Now, recently I've not been releasing puzzles over the weekend for features, which you may have noticed, but I may have a bonus video coming tomorrow. I do have new Sudoku coming out starting tomorrow, but I may have a bonus feature coming tomorrow as well, just because I want to do the puzzle. So we'll see how it goes. Thanks everyone for watching, and as always, good luck with your solving.